This video is sponsored by PoketownStore.com, the place for all your Pokemon TCG online needs. The new Sword and Shield online booster packs are also available, so definitely check them out, PoketownStore.com. Also, if you use the coupon code ZapDosTCG, you get 5% off your next order. How amazing is that? Check it out. What's up YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. In this video we're going to be checking out the Eruption Walker set. This is a set that got revealed 4 days ago in Japan, and these are the cards we're going to be getting in August, actually part of them. There's also going to be another set released soon that is also going to be part of our English set in August, but for now we have a couple of great cards to look at. This is a set containing some new V Maxes. First, to start off with, a lot of V Pokemon in here as well. We have Butterfree. Butterfree is a 190 HP Grass-type Pokemon. I know Grass-type Pokemon have it rough nowadays just because of Welder and Fire decks being around, so I don't love the weakness right there. Also having a similar weakness to like the best card in the format, Zacian, is not good indeed. But this card can actually, if you use it for just a first attack, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and confused, so special conditions all around, and his second attack just smacks 130 damage, so not impressive at all. You can of course use Rillaboom, the one from Sword and Shield, to accelerate some energy, so at least we have energy acceleration for grass types. Then we have Butterfree V Max. The artwork is fantastic, reminds us a lot of the video games here. It has the it only has one attack, but it does have free retreat. Having free retreat on a 300 HP Pokemon could be interesting because you can heal off the damage with Mallow and Lana, maybe even spam some hyper potions on it if you get energies onto it thanks to something like a Rillaboom. And having free retreat means you can just circle around these huge targets, although Bossasaurus will be a huge threat. It smacks 150 damage and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and confused. So it does love poison and the confused condition here, special conditions. There is Carablast and Shelmet being back in the format. Let's see if this Asshole is good. Asshole has free retreat and smacks 70 damage for a twin energy. Twin energy 70 damage. I think nowadays smacking 70 damage is not good. We don't even have things like Choice Band in the format anymore. Maybe they will print something like another one of these bands that dishes out more damage on V Pokemon, but we're gonna have to wait until that day comes because only smacking 70 damage is not good enough. Although you can one-shot a Jirachi, but without the use of like a skateboard. I think a skateboard rotates out of the standard format for the new season, so people might grab to scoop up net and still rely on Jirachi, but we'll have to wait and see. But Asshole, I don't think it's good. What else is in here? A Bounsweet, also not good. Steenie evolves into Serena. Let's just check this card out. 150 HP. And the first attack states, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage to that Pokemon for each energy attached to this Pokemon. So it's a stage 2 that bums me out already. You could use Rowlet and Alolan Executor Tag Team GX to evolve immediately into it. And then you maybe use something like Rillaboom to get tons of energies on here to then snipe. That's the only way I can see this working, but I don't think it'll see any play. Stage 2s are a little bit on the slower end, definitely in a quick format, with ADP Zacian being the most popular deck in the format, as well as the new Dragapult V being able to spread some damage around as the V Max runs wild will make sure that they KO your weak Pokemon early on, so don't think it's that good. There's a Golisopod here that also attacks for twin energy. This attack does 50 more damage for each of your opponent's V Pokemon in play, so that's good. Let's say there's a heavy V deck out there, they're playing like 2 V Pokemon in their setup. That means you can actually smack 130 damage for a single twin energy. If grass weakness becomes relevant, then Golisopod might find its way in some rogue deck with twin energy, so it could be worse. Golisopod countering V Pokemon, fantastic. Next up, there is a Heatran in here. Heatran being able to smack 80 damage plus the additional damage for each damage counter. Okay, 80 damage plus 10 more for every damage counter on this Pokemon. The bad news is that it will automatically get one-shotted by almost everything in the game, so it's probably not good. It does have a 4 retreat cost. That is interesting. You can find it out with Pokemon Maniac, that's supported that nobody uses. There's a Volcarona. Volcarona has always been one of my favorite Pokemon out there. It's looking very menacing. You see here, it's a fire type. You can use Welder on it, and you can actually one-shot a Zacian clean with the second attack. But the first attack is also interesting. You smack 80 damage for a single fire energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this attack does nothing. So it pairs really well with Volcarona GX. So you can even make a Volcarona GX deck. It could happen for a single energy, smacking 80 damage on the one prizer, and with some damage counter spread. It's a fire type. Might see some rogue play, but I doubt it. These are not very good cards. I do love the Butterfree V Max having free retreat. That's the only thing I adore about it. But it also is not packing quite a punch. Maybe in a stall deck. Having free retreat while moving around, that could be a thing. Next up, there is going to be Talonflame. We have Volcarona, which we talked about before. This is also a fire type here. Talonflame with an insane ability. Hopefully. It is here the Scorching Feather. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon that's damaged by an opponent's attack, the attacking Pokemon is now burned. Well, couldn't it be something better? Special conditions in the TCG are not that impressive because everybody's running 4 copies of Switch in their list, and that neglects the effect of special conditions because if they go to the bench, the special conditions go away. So that's actually overpowered in my opinion. Next up is Centiskorch V. Look at this one go. It's again a fire type, so Welder is live. We do see it is weak to water. Water might see an increase in play thanks to the Aqua Bucket being released in Rebel Clash, and that is gonna help out Frostmoth decks. This is an interesting card because for its first energy, you dish out 20 damage and you may discard 1 energy from this Pokemon. If you do, choose 1 energy attached to your opponent's active and discard it. So with Welder, you're able to actually get more energies into play and then actually slow the opponent down with his first attack. So discarding energies, you can even pair it maybe with Crushing Hammer to actually slow the opponent down a lot. So energy denial could be fun. Then if you VMAX this one, it gains more HP, 320 HP in total, and then for a double colorless energy, even though we don't have double colorless energy in the format, it smacks 40 damage, and yeah, 40 more for every fire energy attached to this Pokemon. So you may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon after calculating the damage. Okay, after calculating. It's very important that they state that. So the thing is here, you just want to set this guy up with tons and tons of energy. So let's say we just start the game, we attach on a Centiskorch, pass the turn. Afterwards, Centiskorch goes to the VMAX, we use Welder on it, and out of nowhere we have 3 energies, and maybe the attach of the turn as well. That's 4 energies, and that is gonna be huge because it's dished out 40 damage, and for every energy, 40 extra damage. So that's 40, 80, 120, 160, 200 damage for 4 energies. And that can even go crazier because as long as this guy stays alive, you can buff up more energies. And if you use the attack, you can also accelerate fire energies from the discard pile. So you don't even need Fire Crystal. This accelerates to itself, and out of nowhere in the late game, this can actually one-shot everything in the game. It does have a huge amount of energy, so in theory, it'll be weak against things like Victini V, because the more energies you have, the more energies, the less energies Victini V needs to knock you out. But I do love the fact that the damage output is endless with Centiskorch V Max. We have a Galarian Mr. Mime. Look at the artwork. Interesting to see. We have Galarian Mr. Rime, and this is where things go crazy. Remember Night March? Remember Lost March? Well, this is a new mechanic here with the Mad Party. This attack dishes out 20 damage for every Pokemon in your discard pile with Mad Party. So we're gonna have to actually look up some Pokemon that do have the Mad Party attack after we go through some Pokemon. Maybe I've missed a few from now on, but we're gonna see. So it also has the Shuffle Dance ability. Once during your turn, you may choose one of your opponent's face down prize cards and switch it with the top card of their deck. Okay, so you can manipulate some prize cards. So that is very interesting, yeah. Messing around with prize cards of the opponent could be fun. Okay, we have a Milotic. Milotic was already around in Rebel Clash with the Milotic V. This time around, it brings some healing. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from every one of your Pokemon. So it's basically like, remember the Shaman from Lost Thunder that heals damage? This heals 20 damage for every one of your Pokemon. So Shrine, let's say you're in the heavy GX deck and you put in Milotic, you don't even have to worry about Shrine anymore. So Milotic healing off so much damage could see some play. Yeah, I do think it's stacked. So let's say you got tons of Milotics in play, you're gonna heal up a lot of damage. It's basically like the same like in DDV, but in DDV only heals 20 from the active. This heals 20 from everything. Okay, we have a Beartic, not good. What else is in here? A Wishy-Washy to shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 8 cards. Okay, for Carlos Energy, only 30 HP. Look at the artwork. This is, again, very sad. We have Gardevoir V, probably the best card of the upcoming set, if I had to say so myself. Item lock is huge. I know we are losing Thunder Mountain in the rotation, but this will actually see a little bit of play maybe on TCGO. When the card comes out, Thunder Mountain will still be legal for a couple of weeks. So that means you can pair with all the good stuff that the Lightning Pokemon enjoy, even things like Electro Power, and you can put the opponent in an item lock. So for 50 damage, putting the opponent in an item lock, you can get this going on your first turn if you go second with the help of Tapu Koko Prism Star. So just get some energy switches in there, and that's gonna be a very, very nice way to go about this. Putting the opponent in an item lock means they don't have access to their great item cards. Let's say Metal Saucer, maybe switch cards. You can trap the opponent while they're in an item lock. So maybe you're using Boss's Orders on a huge retreat Pokemon, put up some Absols on your bench, and then say Paralyzing Bolt, you're item locked, and they are not able to get out of the active position. It would be fun, right? Next up, there's Toxtricity. This is a mill card of all things, so only having 120 HP, don't worry about that. We can attack for Twin Energy. Twin Energy got released in Rebel Clash, and Twin Energy will make sure we can use it for a single attachment. Flip a coin. If heads, discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. If tails, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. So in theory, if you have a little bit of luck with coin flips, this will help out. There's going to be a new stadium card that will help your odds with that. So you will probably have a 75% of getting this attack the way you want it. So that's going to be very great to see. A new mill deck. Pair that with Belelba and Bryson Man, and maybe Lieutenant Surgeon Belelba and Bryson Man. Out of nowhere, you mill like 6 cards with 11 cards in total. We got familiar with that thanks to Macargo GX, but Macargo GX is leaving the format very shortly. If you are interested in the which cards are rotating, definitely check out the video I did yesterday about the rotation of the new season 2021. Alright, we have a Gramble. It's weird that fairy types now have become the psychic type, so that is interesting. That means Gramble can now hit weakness against Mewtwo for some particular reason in the TCG. And talking about going into psychic types, there's Gardevoir. Being a psychic type, I know it's partially psychic in the video games, so it doesn't even surprise us at all. 1 energy, 30 damage. And then 3 energies. We don't have Malamar after the rotation, so that's gonna be tricky to get 2 energies on there. You dish out 120 damage, and this attack dishes 80 more damage if you healed any damage from this Pokemon during this turn. So what you want to do is put damage counters on yourself. Maybe you rely on the Jinx to move around some damage counters with Spiritomb, I don't know. Then heal off that damage, and you smack 200 damage for 3 energies. And then Gardevoir V Max. Look at this card. A very beautiful card. It smacks 180 damage, and you heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. So this is gonna be kind of a tank. 320 HP. You can heal off damage with Mallow and Lano, with maybe the attack as well. 50 damage, healing that, and maybe even some hyper potions. The bad news is that we don't have ways to accelerate psychic energies after rotation. And also it has a metal weakness, so Zacian will actually destroy that, which is a little bit of a shame. We have Lunatone is in here, as well as a Dedenne. Yeah, Dedenne is part of the Mad Party. So as you can see here, Mad Party, this attack is 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile with Mad Party attack. Okay, this could actually be good and expanded with Dimension Valley, now that I think about it. So interesting, you can use Dimension Valley and then the DCE or Twin Energy, whatever you prefer. But in the standard, without Malamar, the attack cost is a little bit high. Same goes for the Galarian Mr. Rhyme, because we do have Frostmoth, but that will clunk up your deck completely. What else? There's a Shenodic. You remember, look at the artwork. It's from in the video games. I really love the artwork on this card. Flip a coin. If has a defending Pokemon can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Could be nice in theory, because we have a stadium card that will help you out with coin flips. The bad news is the opponent can just simply switch out, and that's that. And also the Glimwood Tangle is actually the stadium card of choice. That means you can use the second attack for 120 damage if it's in play. 120 damage. There's a new Sinistea and Poltegeist. And Poltegeist, believe it or not, also part of the Mad Party squad. And this is the one you're going to be attacking with most, because as soon as you evolve a Sinistea, you can just equip a Twin Energy onto Poltegeist, and then you can dish out Mad Party. So lots of these Pokemon have Mad Party attack. We have the Dedenne, Mr. Rhyme, Poltegeist, and you just have to put all of those in the discard pile as seen before with a nice March deck, and it's going to be working out fine. And it also has an ability. Once during your turn, you may put you may discard a Pokemon with Mad Party from your hand and then draw 2 cards. So Not only do you get a trait ability, you help out with your damage output. So this is going to be a new archetype, Mad Party. Very interesting to try that out in August. For now, we're just going to test out some Rebel Clash cards, but these are nice to look forward to the future here. We have a Duck Trio, Flip a Coin. If heads, prevents all of effects, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Okay. This is where things go crazy. With, of course, the Glimwood Tangle Stadium card, you can make sure you hit flip heads every single time. If the opponent doesn't have any way to disrupt your energy count, that means you can infinitely stay alive. So that could be a troll deck. Next up is Tyranitar. There's also Pupitar in here, which can evolve for a triple accelerated energy. Then you can search your deck for a card that evolves from it and put it on top of this Pokemon immediately. So technically, you don't need rare candy. But you waste a turn and you leave yourself wide open, although Tyranitar does have 180 HP, so it will take a punch. It also smacks 120 damage and you can discard a Stadium from play and also discard the top 5 cards of your deck with the second attack, but it is able to smack 250 damage. Diancie Prism Star will still be legal for 2 weeks after the set gets released, so Diancie Prism Star will buff it up to 270 damage. So that is a huge damage output if I have to say so myself. So that means Tyranitar is able to compete with some tag team Pokemon out there. There's the Soul Rock. If you have a Lunatone in play, your Pokemon have no resistance. Why would you... Yeah, the opponent's Pokemon have no resistance. Okay, why would you want to get rid of the resistance? Sometimes you don't get the numbers. Maybe put in like these 2 Pokemon. You can put in some Quick Balls and out of nowhere you hit the numbers. But it's going to be clunky either way. They could be priced, right? You're not going to put in two lines of these guys. There is a Graplogged V. This is definitely a popular Pokemon. It's also one of the encounters in the video games. 210 HP. It is weak to Psychic, so Mewtwo will eat this up. But other than that, we have Bind Up. 20 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. They could switch and remove that effect, so that is not good. But you can stall a couple of turns, you can keep using that attack, but the opponent will probably have other attackers on their bench. Also, seeing as V Maxes are going to be part of the meta, I don't think Graplog V with that strategy is going to be any good. Although with Mountain Press, you smack 120 damage, flip a coin if heads, extra 100 damage. So that can one-shot Zacians, no problems asked. You're probably going to beat some luck with coin flips, but the Glimwood Tangle Stadium card will help you out, no problems asked. We have a Muck. Muck here, 140 HP, not too shabby for a stage 1. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, put 3 damage counters for this poison between turns. So 1 Darkness Energy, poison, maybe you can add up some extra poison. I think Toxic Croak adds up some more poison damage. Who knows? Rogue decks all around. There's Darkrai. It is now weak to grass of all things. I don't know why. Maybe Bug? Yeah. 2 retreat cost, and then it has an ability. If it has a Darkness Energy attached, it takes 20 less damage from attacks, reminding us of the exoskeleton Pokebody of Donphan Prime. If you guys remember the first episode on my channel, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, because it brings back memories having that defensive ability. And then its attack, 60 damage. This attack dishes 20 more damage for every Darkness Energy attached to it. So infinite damage output. Maybe play with Weavile GX and Red and Blue, so you have energy acceleration and you can put all the energies on Darkrai. Not too bad for a 1 price attacker, if I had to say so myself. There's a Liepard, which cannot be paralyzed. I don't know why you would want to play this. Maybe at the pre-release, maybe there's some paralysis Pokemon out there. Hopefully we can go to pre-releases after this Corona madness is done. And here is Aggron with the Sturdy ability. If this has full HP and would be knocked out from damage by the opponent's Pokemon, its remaining HP becomes 10 instead. So against those one-shot machine decks, think about ADP, think about Zacian, they will try and one-shot you, but then your HP becomes 10 instead, so you stay alive. It's a stage 2 though, but can make use of Twin Energy as well as Metal Saucer, so not too bad of a card. They always have to 2-shot you, unless they shut down your ability, but the only way they can do that is playing Slacking, which is rotating, or maybe playing Wheezing, but that has to stay in the active position for it to work. So Aggron, not too bad of a card, we've seen worse. Excavalier, is it better than its counterpart Asselgore? It smacks 10 damage, flip 3 coins, if heads you dish out 20 more damage, if 2 heads 70 more damage, if 3 heads 140 more damage. If you like coin flips, this is totally the card for you. Then Galarian Stunfisk V. As if ADP Zacian didn't already have everything it wants, now it can actually get a Pokemon with bazillion amount of HP, because It has the ability Metal Skin. This Pokemon's maximum HP gets increased by 20 for every metal energy attached to it. So you can use Ultimate Ray, get 3 metal energies onto your Stunfisk, and out of nowhere your HP becomes 260 damage. Actually 260 HP. You can even put up a Big Charm, so it has 290 HP. Get more energies onto it, so the opponent will never be able to one-shot it. Although, why would you want to do that when you can be aggressive and taking prize cards with Zacian? Because this guy only smacks 60 damage. If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your opponent's next turn, put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Okay, now you see why. You want to stay alive, so the opponent smacks into you, so they get 12 damage counters put onto themselves. Could be, I think it's a good card. Good card indeed. What else? Lots of coin flip cards here. There's a Furret, which can smack 90 damage for 1 cardless energy. And then another one of the Mad Party. So we have more Mad Party Pokemon out there. So this is the 4th one. That means you can play a total of 16 Mad Party Pokemon in your deck. That means, let's say you have 12 of them in the discard pile. You smack 240 damage. That could actually matter. We have Vitality Band to buff your damage output even further. So I do think the Mad Party has some things going for it. They do have low HP. So against things like Dracopult V, they will have a hard time thanks to the damage output. Only having 40 HP. But if you're not off against Dracopult V, you're probably gonna have a good time. One prize deck that dishes out more damage depending on something is good. We've seen it before with Blacephalon, so it does need energies this time around. More Mad Party Pokemon in the discard pile. Okay, there's Corviknight, which has an interesting ability. Once during your turn when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may choose one of your Pokemon excluding any Corviknight, otherwise you can loop them, and return that Pokemon and all cards attached to it to the hand. So you can heal off all the damage. So that excluding any Corviknight. So as soon as you evolve into Corviknight, you can pick up one of your Pokemon, even if it's damaged, even if it has 200 damage put onto it, you can heal off all the damage thanks to that. So this is a good ability. Don't sleep on that. Now to the trainer cards. There's a Dubious Canned Goods. This helps out Psychic types. You can heal 80 damage for one of your Psychic types. Yeah, that has a Psychic energy attached to it. You do have to discard a Psychic energy then afterwards. So way better than Hyper Potion. So that could work for the Gardevoir decks. You just attach up the turn, heal 80 damage, use the attack, heal 50 damage. So lots of healing with the Gardevoir V Max. Also, we have a Lookalike Bell. Search your deck for a Pokemon with the same name as in your discard pile. Reveal it and put it in your hand. Yeah, this is obviously for the Mad Party Pokemon. So search your deck for a Pokemon with the same name. Yeah, this could help out. So if there's more Pokemon in the discard pile, let's say you've put in a Bunnelby, well, you can use Lookalike Bell to then get Pokemon from your deck that have the same name as your discard pile. Could be good. Definitely in those evolving kind of situations. Next up, Old Computer. It's not like computer search, but flip 2 coins. If both are heads, choose one card from your discard pile, reveal it, and put it in your hand. How much luck can you get? Although we have the Glimwood Tangle, does it work with trainer cards as well? I will have to check that later, but flipping 2 coins, yeah, if one is just tails, everything fails and goes down the drain. We have a Big Parasol. Is a tool card, as long as this tool card is attached to one of your active Pokemon. Prevent all effects of attacks except for the damage done to that Pokemon. Okay, no poison, no paralysis, no putting damage counters around, so you prevent everything except for the damage. Could work out against that Galarian Stunfisk, and now that I think about it. We have Kabu. This is a good opening lead supporter, because if you only have one Pokemon in the active slot and you use this, you can actually shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 8 cards. If you have multiple Pokemon, more than one, that means you can only get 4 cards instead. So this works out. Let's say in the early phase of the game we had like those Green's Exploration builds. Think about Guardian, think about Gengar, Mimikyu. They had of course one Pokemon in the active for a couple of turns, and then Kabu could actually be very, very good. So could be worth working out in those decks. There's the Pokemon Breeders Nurturing. Choose up to 2 Pokemon in play. Search your deck for a card that evolves from each of those Pokemon and put it on top of those on the Pokemon to evolve it. Okay. Up to 2 Pokemon. You can search your deck for a card that evolves from them and then put it onto them. Put it on top of the Pokemon to evolve. Then shuffle your deck. You can't use this card during the first turn the Pokemon got into play. Okay. This helps out evolution decks a lot. You could go for the rare candy method, or you can just go, you go first, use Quick Ball and get all your Pokemon in play. Afterwards, you use Breedings, Nurture, they both evolve, and the turn after that you can go into your stage 2s. Maybe you put up some Lily's Pokédolls early on to buy yourself some time, but this could be an interesting card. Then, the card I was talking about before, Glimwood Tangle, this is the stadium card. Once during either player's turn, if they flip a coin for an attack, that player may ignore all results of that coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. Okay. Pretty much like Fliptini for attacks, so this could help out those coin flipping attacks, if it's in play though. If you're not a fan of those decks, you can always play down Chaotic Swell and then they're gonna be sorry, although they could also be playing Marshadow just to counter that. There's Heat Fire Energy. This provides a fire energy, but if it's attached to a fire type Pokemon, its maximum HP gets increased by 20. Wow, the special energy will make sure that Centiskorch will stay alive a couple of turns longer and will be dishing out more damage. So lots of crazy cards. Now that I reviewed the entire Eruption Walker set, there's also some cool full arts here. I'm gonna be showing them to you. So we have Gardevoir, Octalock, we have Centiskorch, there's the Glarian Stunfisk, there's Kabu, also gonna be a cool supporter to collect. There's all the rainbow rares here. And then there's also a secret rare Rillaboom V Max. I think it's a V Max. Oh yeah, it's just the regular V. Rillaboom. Oh no, it's just the D1. Yeah, now we see that. Okay. In the sets, they always print those powerful ability Pokemon as secret rares. Think about Frostmoth. Think about this Rillaboom, for instance, which is awesome. Then we also have the can here to heal up psychic types, and then the Umbrella, Archetype Parasol. So lots of crazy cards in Eruption Walker. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the upcoming cards coming out in August. So this is actually like a sneak peek to say it like that. Let me know down below what you think. What is your favorite card? For me, I think personally, definitely not a fan of Tanglewood, or actually Glimwood Tangle, because I don't like coin flips at all. I'm a huge fan of the Mad Party deck. That's gonna be so much fun, right? Let me know what your favorite card / new deck will be from those cards. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to mash the like button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day, guys. Stay safe. Peace out.